Namaste, my Vedic tribe. Welcome. We're going to talk today about the up and coming solar eclipse happening in the sign of Pisces. I'm going to share my screen with you here. Wish me luck. All right, awesome. I think I'm doing it. All right, here we go, folks. This is going to be a full solar eclipse in Pisces in Revati Nakshatra, found in Pisces, and it's going to be for all 12 ascendants and how it's going to affect everybody. You can also listen from your moon placement. This eclipse is starting on April 8th. And I'm a little stuck here. Beautiful. I did it. Success. Okay, let's get started. So welcome. Thank you for your support. Please hit the like button, thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. It's free and you'll get all my videos right away, and it'll help my videos to generate. And you can also share my video with anybody that you know that you think might be interested in this information. You can contact me directly. I'm currently doing live Jyotish readings via Zoom. You can contact me at bhavanivediciastrology@gmail.com. You can text me at 702-308-6944, and we can schedule that reading for you, and we can dive deep on how this eclipse is going to affect you on a personal level. You can also find me on Facebook and YouTube at Bhavani Vedic Astrology. So this is the first solar eclipse of 2024. It's happening in the sign of Pisces and in the nakshatra Revati. Revati's is 16.4 degrees to 3.2 degrees of the constellation Pisces, found at the very end of Pisces. It's influenced, Revati Nakshatra is influenced by the planet Mercury. So Pisces, the Meena Rashi, and Revati Nakshatra, 16.4 degrees to 3.2. The symbol is the fish. The planetary ruler of Pisces is Jupiter Brihaspati, and the influencing planet on the nakshatra is Mercury, Budaya. So this solar eclipse in Pisces is starting a brand new Karamic 18-year cycle. So we've just concluded and ended an 18-year cycle. So that means all the eclipse axis that we eclipse on, we went through all of them. And now we're starting all over again. So we're starting fresh. And typically when we move from a fire to a water sign or a water to a fire sign, it's called the Grandanta period. A Grandanta is a spiritual knot, if you will. Typically around eclipses, we can experience fires and floods and earthquakes and tsunamis and natural disasters of sorts. But during a Grandanta period, or when a planet or an eclipse axis is happening at a Grandanta period, which is also considered like a bridge, we can just have more extreme floods, more extreme and many earthquakes, many tsunamis, many natural disasters. It's kind of like hyped up. So here we have the sun and moon making a new moon, and Rahu, the north node, eclipsing the sun completely. We also have a very interesting couple planets are joining the party. We have Venus in exalted position, forms a Nichabang Raj Yoga with Mercury when he enters the sign of Pisces. He's currently doing a little dance going back and forth, joining Jupiter, going retrograde in Aries, and then coming back across that bridge into Pisces. So Mercury, we know, deals with, communications and short distance traveling, flights, technology glitching out. Venus is love, art, beauty, and money. When a planet is at exalted position in a sign like Pisces, like Venus, and Mercury is debilitated in Pisces, so he's the weakest. And then he goes retrograde in Aries. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Mars and Saturn in Aquarius in a planetary war the day after the eclipse on April 9th. So during all these energies, we can expect a heightened chaotic energies during this time, if you will. So we're going to talk a little bit about Pisces, Meena, which is the natural 12th house. ruler in Kala Purush, is a water sign. Is the symbol is two fish swimming in opposite directions, chasing your tail in a sense. Pisces rules the feet and lymph nodes. Also rules being very intuitive. Pisces are very emotional and dreamy and creative and artistic. Can be confusion, can lead to disillusionment. Very spiritual, very healing, very into holistic and alternate medicine, metaphysicals, healing, if you will. Also has a tendency to escape their reality. And how do we do that? We dive into drugs, alcohol, sex, binge eating, just wanting to be alone, like hermit mode, sleeping a lot. Hence, being very dreamy. Keep a dream journal next to your bed. Foreign travels, long distance travels, things that are otherworldly, like aliens. Mental institutes, hospitals, jails, temples, and ashrams. Pisces in the 12th house, you achieve complete enlightenment and liberation at this point. So you're severing all your attachments and you're completely letting go. This is a moksha card. Jupiter, being the ruler of Pisces, Brihaspati, is the Lord of prayers, the guru of the gods, full of wisdom and full of expansion, and expands anything that he touches and anything that he gets close to. So we know that Mercury is going retrograde to visit Jupiter, right? There's a little exchange of energy there. And so when he's close to Jupiter, maybe expression and communication will be expanded. Also, Jupiter has a lot to do with our moral and ethical evolution. Revati Nakshatra in the sign of Pisces in the Gradanta period. Revati is influenced by the planet Mercury. He is known to be the wealthy one, a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of money, a wealth of assets. Is a moksha karaka, is a bridge from fire to water. So again, natural disasters, volcanoes, tsunamis, earthquakes, hurricanes will be seen in the news a lot. Surrendering and letting go of all of our attachments. It is the final stage of our journey, Pisces. The beginning stage is Aries, is a newborn little baby. And Pisces is an old soul. So here we merge with the divine. And the deity Pushan is the shepherd. And he helps us and he leads us to the divine, if you will. And Pushan is he is a herder of cows. And we have an innate connection with animals and is the Lord of prosperity, right? Being prosperous, wealthy. So we had a full lunar eclipse on March 25th. And that was in K2, which is the tail end and is the south node currently. And he is the demon's tail, Rahu. We'll talk a little bit about Rahu. K2 is the giver of obstacles and eradicates attachment. And he takes away and he gets rid of, right? He's the tail. He's getting rid of things and eclipsing out things, if you will, taking away things. In order for us to achieve moksha and enlightenment and liberation, we must let go of the physical things on this 3D earth, right? This reality, in order to ascend. K2 is akin to Mars. Rahu is akin to Saturn. He is a demon, Swarbanu, that was split in half, right? So the tail represents K2 and the top half represents Rahu, the head. He's very corrupt and scandalous, kind of like a trickster. All things foreign relations, foreign travels, foreign languages. He's very obsessive and hungry. And he can lead a lot of chaos and confusion and fear, smoke and mirrors, if you will. Innovative technological advancements are seen here, AI. Rahu can be very spiritual and very mystical too. And those born on the eclipse will be affected the most. Rahu conjunct the moon, Rahu conjunct the sun. K2 conjunct the moon, K2 conjunct the sun. The sun is a graha ruler of the sign Leo. And Pisces and Virgo, this is the axis that we're eclipsing on. Pisces in the north, Virgo in the south. So Leo, Pisces, and Virgo can be definitely affected the most due to Mercury and Venus joining the party, their involvement, right? Gemini is going to be influenced. His planetary ruler is Mercury. Taurus and Libra's planetary Mercury, they share Venus. And also Sagittarius's planetary ruler is Jupiter. So, you know, almost half of the zodiac will be extremely affected by this. I did a little research. I found out in 1968 and 1969, when we were eclipsing with Pisces in the north, there were several assassinations. Martin Luther King, JFK, RFK, the Vietnam War was started. So many protests were happening, and some innocent people were killed while they were protesting. The Tool affair, which was the Tool accident, where a B-52 carrying 4 nuclear bombs crashed in Greenland and detonated those bombs. There were approximately 5 submarines that had sank during this time, and nuclear testing was abound in Nevada, France, and USSR. In 1986 and 1988, we experienced the Black Monday stock market crash. And it was exposed, and it was come to the light that after Ronald Reagan's attempted assassination in 1981, the First Lady, Nancy Reagan, hired a private astrologer who advised them on almost every decision when he was in office. And also, he was the only Aquarian president not to die in office. I think that there's been 5 Aquarian presidencies, so 4 out of 5 passed away in office. And so it was exposed in 88 that Nancy Reagan hired an astrologer on almost every decision that they made in the White House, that Ronald Reagan made in the White House. Was his #1 advisor was an astrologer. And a very, very rare Midwest earthquake happened. It was a 5.0. And a super typhoon, Miss Nina, passed through the Philippines, killing many. Alf, the alien talking doll, was put out on the shelves for all kids to buy. Alf. Then we have 2005 and 2006. An intense hurricane, Hurricane Katrina, killed thousands. 7.6 earthquake in Kashmir, 86,000 were dead. Millions were displaced. Pope John Paul II had a funeral. He passed to the other side. The first female chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel. First democratically elected female in Africa, Ellen Sirleaf. The first face transplant. Montenegro declares independence after 88 years of a union with Serbia, and YouTube is launched. So now we can begin to talk about all the ascendants, and or you can read from your moon sign. So the solar eclipse in Pisces and how it'll affect all Aries ascendants and Aries moon placements happening in the 12th house. Creativity and dreams and intuition will be heightened. Financial gains, losses due to karmic debts being paid. Or maybe we're traveling long distance to a spiritual retreat or going to Italy or Rome. And so we make some money and then we spend some money. Easy come, easy go. Hidden enemies at the workplace might surface. Issues with marriages and business partners. A tendency to want to escape your problems with food, alcohol, drugs, sex, letting go. Best to expand on your spirituality with yoga, Ayurveda, meditation, maybe learning some astrology. The solar eclipse in Pisces for Taurus ascendant in the 11th house. A new spiritual community, a network of friends and friendships, and you might just find your new spiritual tribe. Positive, very positive for Tauruses for financial gains during this 18-month season. Children could be very demanding and you could experience stress over miscommunications with them. wanting to overindulge in your five senses, all things Venusian, love, art, beauty, money, and taking care of not of delusions or manipulations, cheating while dating. If you're dating, you might be manipulating somebody, you might be cheating on somebody, or you might find out that you're being cheated on. Again, you're going to want to have excessive desires in some of these areas. Learning new creative ways of healing and like new skills like Reiki and yoga. Solar eclipse in Pisces for the Gemini ascendant or Gemini moon placement is happening in the 10th house. 10th house is that of the career. So we could see changes in your career, or maybe bosses leave and new ones arrive. Maybe you're changing your job and you're going to more holistic healing job, helping people, being of service to people, helping them heal. Challenges with authority figures. Again, bosses come, bosses go, maybe even your father. 10th house rules your father. Positive impact on your wealth through hard work. Again, being of service to others, maybe helping them heal. Overly ambitious, having a very strong, hungry desire and being overly ambitious. So take care not to be dishonest, immoral, egotistical. Your reputation now is in the light. Gaining a name for yourself, becoming famous is a possibility. Enjoying time with your children, maybe dating, taking long distance travel towards water, a cruise perhaps. A solar eclipse in Pisces for the Cancer ascendant or Cancer moon placement is happening in the 9th house. 9th house is the luck bhava. It is very lucky for the Cancer rising. Letting go of old beliefs also rules religion. Maybe you're eclipsing out of a religion and expanding on spirituality now. Maybe you're traveling to religious grounds and spiritual lands and finding a guru. Be careful not to get involved with a fake guru. Maybe you need some life coaching at this time. Luck and financial gains are seen, fulfilling all your desires through creative endeavors and being of service to others. Seeking knowledge on metaphysical and holistic healing, curious about aliens and AI now, are we? Siblings and neighbors maybe have miscommunications, or maybe your neighbors are moving and you get new neighbors, or perhaps a new sibling. Solar eclipse in Pisces for the Leo ascendant in the 8th house. Inheritance, insurance payouts, tax returns, other people's money could be in the limelight, filling up your bank account right now. Studying, having a desire to study and do research of all 8th house things, astrology, shining the light on occult wisdom, hidden knowledge, holistic healing, Ayurveda, Chinese herbs. Experiencing obsessive and addictive behaviors, maybe getting lost in fantasies and that are not real. Perhaps some secrets and cheating and lies could be exposed from yourself or from others. Miscommunication, confusion, and karma comes to transform your marriage, your marriage and relationships with siblings and neighbors. Speech can be very poetic or very manipulating at this time. Try to focus on your diet and creative ways to save money. Good time to quit smoking. Solar eclipse in Pisces for the Virgo ascendant. This is happening in your 7th house. Shining a light on your business partnerships, shining a light on your marriage. You could be making a name for yourself by being of service to others, by helping others. Marriage could be clouded in a fantasy world and manipulation of your spouse or of you. You could find out that your spouse has been cheating on you, or your spouse finds out that you've been cheating on them. You could find yourself also waking up and shining a light on this relationship, this marriage that you're in, this business partnership that you're in is very codependent and not healthy. And you may have a desire to escape your reality and overindulgence again with food, drugs, alcohol, sex. Maybe you want to explore an unconventional type of relationship, maybe an unconventional type of business partnerships. Long distance travels close to large bodies of water can bring you tons of healing at this time. Solar eclipse in Pisces for Libra ascendant. It's happening in the 6th house. The sixth house is that of hidden enemies. This eclipse is strong with Rahu there. And after the darkness comes the light, right? So shining a light and exposing and overcoming hidden enemies, maybe even coworkers. Focus on your health, your diet, exercise, maybe yoga, Ayurveda, homeopathic remedies, finding healing issues with your health. You might have health problems that might arise, intestinal problems, maybe issues with your lymph nodes. Now is the time to find the healing for up and coming health issues. It's a great time for adopting a pet. Maybe you need an emotional support fur baby. Long distance travels to large bodies of water, a cruise perhaps, could be seen during this time. Finding more time to meditate, be around water is very healing at this. Solar eclipse in Pisces for Scorpio ascendant. This, my friends, is happening in your fifth house. You could see that there's chaos and manipulation and confusion in your romantic relationships, marriage, perhaps fighting at home. Sharp words could be said. You might have this, should I stay, should I go, this kind of push-pull thing happening in your fourth house. Intimate relationships are filled with escapism, fantasies, and overindulgence. Facing your karmas that you bring into this lifetime and from past life karma could be, surfacing at this point for you to have to address. Desires to expand your knowledge, maybe on aliens and AI, and expand your knowledge on spirituality and spiritual healing. Find a new like-minded friends, a new social circle could be your focus, and focused on healing and holistic healing and more of a spiritual nature. Finding your tribe, spending more time with children and creative pursuits could bring you joy at this time. Long distance travels to large bodies of water, taking a cruise is very healing. Again, being around large bodies of water. Financial gains and losses, peaks and valleys during this time. Money could be coming in, also money could be going in, out. You're taking a cruise, going on vacation. Maybe you've invested in the stock market and you get money, and maybe some stocks you lose money. For Sagittarius ascendant and moon placement, this solar eclipse in Pisces is happening in your fourth house. Please love on your mother a little bit. Fourth house rules the mother, motherland. Maybe take her on a spiritual retreat by the beach. Maybe take her on a cruise. Give her a hug from me. Take care of communicating to siblings and neighbors. Your speech could be harsh at this time. Focus on health, Ayurveda, establishing strong daily routines, yoga, maybe a desire to buy art and beautify your home at this time, remodeling your home, making a sanctuary for your home. Could be buying a home. It's a great time to buy property by the water, or buying a home in general, working from home, changing jobs. Overall, you have a very optimistic mindset, and you definitely should see some financial gains during this transit. Solar eclipse in Pisces for Capricorn ascendant. This is happening in the third house, my friends. So third house is communication with neighbors and siblings, maybe even family, could completely revolve around spirituality and holistic healing. Maybe communication is very confusing at this time. Maybe people have strongly received or strongly heard communication. For example, you want to talk about spirituality and holistic healing that you've just studied and learned about, and your neighbor or your sibling just wants to talk about religion. So there's a little bit of a clash there. So we need to work on humbling our ego. We can see gains through making a name, gains through hard work and making a name for yourself. Expanding your knowledge on aliens and AI, spirituality, astrology, practices healing through your hands, Reiki, massage therapy. We have so much energy, and our hands can be very powerful tools to heal people. Short and long distance travels, maybe to large bodies of water, spiritual retreat is very healing at this time. Solar eclipse in Pisces for the Aquarius ascendant. In the second house, expand your ability to creatively make and save large sums of money and impacting your wealth. Investing in a home or property. Lots of short and long distance travels, maybe going to water, can be very healing for you. You will speak in a very poetic manner. eloquent way with words, or maybe having a little bit of a harsh speech. Maybe you're speaking or teaching of spiritual, holistic knowledge, sharing your wisdom with others at this time is very valuable. Solar eclipse in Pisces. For the Pisces ascendant, we've come to you, Pisces. This is all about you. A new self will be emerging. You'll be a new person at the end of this eclipse axis, the end of this 18-month cycle. You'll be learning all about aliens and AIs and astrology and occult and hidden wisdom and learning how to heal yourself. And then you're teaching others how to heal themselves, healing through your hands, Ayurveda, Chinese herbs, increase expansion in your wealth is seen, your intuition and your dreams will be heightened, focusing on yourself, maybe wanting to spend time alone, maybe meditating, maybe in prayer. Long distance travel to spiritual retreats, ashrams can be seen during this time. And enjoy being next to the water. It's so healing. So I want to end this on one of my favorite lyrics from an Erykah Badu song. It's called The Healing. And the lyrics go like this: you don't have to believe everything you think. We've been programmed. Wake up, we missed you. So if you made it this far in my video, thank you for your support. Share my video, hit the like button, give me some likes, people. Subscribe to my channel. Again, if you're ready to have a personal Jyotish reading and know how this eclipse is going to affect you, contact me at bhavanivedikastrology@gmail.com. Reach out to me, text me at 702-308-6944. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube. Follow me there at Bhavani Vedic Astrology. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining on this video. And namaste.